The second thing that happened, which is amazing, without it you cannot even imagine. The first thing, Allah protected the Kaaba from destruction. Because the Prophet ﷺ is going to call the people, and it's going to be the Qibla, and it's going to be the amazing, and so on. So that's protected. No, because the Prophet is coming, and he's going to call the people to only one God, and connection. Kaaba is the first one who built the Kaaba. The ulama, they say, is al-malaika. In some aqwal, some saying, the inna awwala baytin wudi'a fil ardi lalladhi bi Bakkata mubarakan. The first house that was built for people to worship is Mecca. It was built. So the Kaaba was built by, it's good to know this, so when we go to the Seerah, you know what is your, that's the place, subhanallah, it's one of the rukn of Islam to go for Hajj. And some people, they go and they kiss the stone and they don't know the connection between why we go over there. It's a Qibla. It's not something that we worship. There is a book written, my daughter, she was telling me a couple days ago, in there that actually they teach a little bit of Islam. And one of the teaching that they teach, that the Muslims, they worship the Kaaba. A'udhu billah. Kaaba, we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the tawaf that we do around the Kaaba 7 times, that's an order from Allah. Allah, if He told me to do 100, I have to do 100. If He told me to run around the Kaaba 1 time, I should do 1 time. That's the order. And those are the order that was given to Ibrahim alayhi salam, the tawaf, and the Safa wal Marwa that we go. Those are the steps of Ummuna Hajar alayhi salam. The mother of Ismail, Ummuna Hajar, the mother of Ismail alayhi salam, she used to walk Safa wal Marwa because they are a little bit higher than the ground, looking for someone traveling so she can get some food and water for her baby. When Ibrahim alayhi salam left Ummuna Hajar by the order of Allah, because Mecca was built by the Malaika, they say. Then Adam alayhi salam. Then at the time of Nuh, the Tufan, the flood, the earth was flooded. It was actually destroyed. And you cannot see it. So Ibrahim, he says, وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ. That Ibrahim and Ismail alayhi salam, they went back to that place. Allah showed them what it is, and they actually built the wall based on the foundation that was there already. وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ. Ibrahim only raised from the foundation that was in there already. And then this is the Kaaba. The other thing that happened, which is amazing too, we will talk about Kaaba a little bit later, but Zamzam. The water of Zamzam was not there. This miraculous water, they call it holy water. This is Zamzam. The Prophet ﷺ, he says, Zamzam ta'amu ta'am. It's food if you want it as food, and is a medicine if you want it as a medicine. And people who have sincere intention, we have heard them, and they narrated their story about the miracle of Zamzam. Ma'u Zamzama ta'mun. It's a food for those who need food. One of Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, he came to Mecca, wants to know about the Prophet one time. And he was hiding behind the curtains of the Kaaba. And if the Quraysh, they saw him, he will be persecuted. So he only comes out when there is nobody, and he goes and drinks from Zamzam. He says, Wallahi, I gained weight by drinking. For 2 weeks, I did not eat or drink. Nothing other than Zamzam. And when I finished and I went home, I found myself gaining weight. Hadith Sahih. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, and then he believes in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he went to his tribe, and all his tribes accepted Islam. He says, I gained weight from the Zamzam. But it needs some sidq, some trust. Today the scientists, they took this water to their place and they analyzed it, and they found amazing thing. You can find it online. The Prophet ﷺ was not talking. Zamzam was actually destroyed before Jurhum. It's a qabila, it's a tribe from Yemen that they came. But where the Zamzam came from? It's good to know the story of Zamzam. When Ummuna Hajar alayha salam, Ibrahim left Ummuna Hajar. This is the origin of Zamzam. When she, Rabbi inni askantu, I have left my family in a place that is desert, and there is no zara, there is no green, there is nothing, it's just a desert. And he left Hajar alayha salam and the small baby Radiya with a little bit of date and a little bit of food. And he left them there. Hajar, she said, Ya Ibrahim, atatrukuna, are you going to leave us here? And he's not answering, because this is the order of Allah. Allah has generations going to be today, otherwise will not be. That's the plan of Allah. And he cannot answer, because how could you tell somebody what Allah asked me to do? He said, what do you mean Allah asked you? So he's not answering. So she asked him 3 times, Ya Ibrahim, are you going to leave us in this place? Nobody here. Look at this, but he already taught her iman. Wallah, she have faith. The word that she says, it's going to show you that we need people with this iman of this woman. In the middle of, today we have cars, we have houses, we have water, we have food, we have everything. We throw it in the garbage. And we say, Ya Allah, we have nothing. This woman was in the middle of nothing. And she got few dates and a little bit of water. And she says, Ya Ibrahim, Allahu amaraka bihada? Is it Allah who ordered you to do this? The 3rd time she told him, this is the plan of Allah. He says, Na'am. And he says, yes. In some of the narration that I read, he didn't even say yes. He just says, and he's a father. This is my wife. And this is my baby. But the order of Allah is more. That's why he was called Khalilur Rahman. The closest person to Allah is Ibrahim alayhi salam. Even Allah told the Prophet Muhammad to follow the millah of Ibrahim. That's such the honor that Ibrahim got. And she says to him, she said, Allahu amaraka bihada? It is the plan of Allah. Allah ordered you to do this and leave us in this place? He says, Na'am, yes. She says, Idan fawallahi la yudayyi'una. Allah will never forsake us. Allah will take care of us. Go, Ya Ibrahim, now. There is something that's going to happen now. If this is the plan of Allah, Allah is Arhamur Rahimin. She already understand. So same thing like we know the mother of Musa alayhi salam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, ألقيه في اليم فإن خفت عليه فألقيه في اليم. The mother of Musa for 9 months, she's having the baby. And all of a sudden, Fir'aun is looking to kill the babies from Banu Israel, because he was heard a dream that someone will be from Banu Israel and grow and destroy my kingdom. So he make a law that every pregnant woman they follow. He sent women to follow. When she delivered the baby, they take the baby. يُدَبِّحُ أَبْنَاءَهُم. Allah used the word يُدَبِّحُ, slaughtering their children. So the mother of Musa has to bear 9 months of fear. And she used to squeeze the belly so she does not look like pregnant. Now she had the baby on her hand. And she was fear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَلْقِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ. Throw him on the river. Put him in the river. And she put him in there. Allah take care of him. وَلَا تَخَافِي وَلَا تَحْزَنِي إِنَّ رَادُّوهُ إِلَيْكِ وَجَاعِلُوهُ مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. Do not fear, do not grieve. We are going to return him to you, and we are going to make him a messenger of Allah. What amazing thing, subhanallah. وَلَوْلَا أَنْ رَبَطْنَا عَلَىٰ قَلْبِهَا. Allah, we have tie on her heart to keep quiet. Otherwise she will be screaming for the love of the mother that she have. But she was calm. Because Allah, same thing with the mother of Ismail, and he's in the middle of the desert, nothing. But the baby, he's thirsty. The milk is dry from her chest. And the baby is crying. She looked at the baby. She said, I'm not for me, the baby. And she's going to As-Safa wal Marwa 7 times because of her faith in Allah. Listen, all women, that these people, they say we oppress the women. We go for Hajj. Every year, 3 million Muslims, they celebrate the walk of Hajar, the walk of a woman. That this woman, this is oppressing women. If you don't do tawaf, if you don't do Safa wal Marwa, you don't have Hajj. You have to sacrifice, you have to do so many. We celebrate the walk of this mother. It's a woman. Subhanallah. And she was going, once she finished the 7th tawaf, she heard a voice. And she says, voice, wallahi, sah. I like that. She said, sah. Like, stop, listen. Can you believe how much, subhanallah. But you see, Allah He loves her. This is Ismail. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He loves Ismail wa Ibrahim. But they have to go through trials and tribulation. Imam Ahmad was asked, Imam Shafi'i was asked, أَيُمَكَّنُ الْمَرْءُ أَمْ يُفْتَنُ. Do a man or a woman were going to be established on earth, or they are going to be tested? He says, no one will be established on earth except they are to be tested. And you are going to see the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and how he was tested. No one ever been tested like the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. He was yatim. He becomes a yatim. When his father died, when his mother was pregnant with him 1 month. So the Prophet ﷺ, he never seen a father that will tell him, Ya bunay, you're lucky your father tell you, I love you, oh my son. The Prophet never heard. His father died. His mother, and I will talk to you about this. Subhanallah, Hajar alayhi salam is a test from Allah. Then al-tamkeen, then establishment will come. In any business, you have a business, on dunya, the same thing. Allah is teaching you the laws of them. You go to school and you study and you suffer and you sweat and you wake up early. Then you get your, subhanallah, you do skills and you learn, then you become. You want to become a messenger, you think you're going to have it just like that? No. So Ummuna Hajar, she was, what's going on? And then she says to him, إِذَا كُنْتَ تُرِيدُ خَيْرًا فَفْعَلْ. If you want to do good, if you are, Jibreel alayhi salam came. She couldn't see him, but that was Jibreel alayhi salam. She heard his whispering. He heard that he's moving around her, and she asked him help. فَضَرَبَ جِبْرِيلَ الْأَرْض. And he hates with his wing, he hates the ground. He strike the ground, and Zamzam starts coming, and she was so happy. She drank the water. Subhanallah, I want you to see that moment of Hajar alayhi. That's why Seerah is amazing. Allah is increase your iman and connect. Like I said, the Seerah is a connection between all that Muslims believe in all the prophets, believes in all the messengers. The Muslims do not believe they don't worship the black stone. The Muslims do not worship the Kaaba. We are connected to all the prophets and the messengers of Allah. And we see this. Hajar, she's the wife of Ibrahim, the father of our religion. All the religion they claim Ibrahim alayhi salam. Subhanallah. Then the water. She starts saying, Zam. What is Zam? Stop. يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يرحم الله أمنا هاجر. May Allah have mercy on our mother Hajar. He says mother. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he didn't say those are from this or from previous. No, that's my mother. If she did not stop the river of Zamzam, he would flow on the earth. That's from Jannah. The water is miraculous. Never. Zamzam. And she stopped him from this. And Qabila from Jurhum, there is a flood that happens in Yemen. The tribes was leaving Yemen. And one of them is, they was passing by, they saw the water. They says, can we stop and be here? She says, you can be here, but this is my water. They says, no problem. And they start buying water from her. No, she had water, she had food. This is where Ismail grew, and this is where Ismail alayhi salam learned the Arabic from Jurhum, from this tribe. He learned the Arabic from Jurhum. Do we still have time? I'm sorry. So I think we stop and then finish next. And I finish in this, and then we will finish the other thing, because I don't want to skip those things, inshallah. Now there is Zamzam is there. But Zamzam, there's a tribe from Khuza'a, from another tribe from Yemen. They came and they chased these people away from Jurhum, from the Haram. Because Ibrahim came and he built the Kaaba. The Kaaba was just built a little bit like that. It wasn't like today, but the modification is okay. But the qawaid, the foundation is the same. Now they make some corruption. Another tribe turned them out. When Jurhum was leaving Mecca, you know what they did? They says, we are leaving Mecca and this Haram and that. They destroyed the Zamzam. So that's the first thing that happened. No Zamzam. They had to dig 3 wells. In the history of the Kaaba, they will tell you that there was no Zamzam actually for more than 300, 400 years. And it was buried, and they forget about it's not no Zamzam. They have to dig wells beside the Kaaba. What happened? The second things, and we close about Zamzam. So you have to know this is beautiful. One time, this is the preparation for right before the Prophet ﷺ he's gonna born. The grandfather Abdul Muttalib, he have seen a dream next to the Kaaba that someone came to him and told him, Ihfar Zamzam. At the beginning he says, احفر طيبة, احفر مضمونة, احفر this. He says, what madmuna? What is this? He says, احفر Zamzam. He says, where is Zamzam? Because it was buried. It was covered. No, nobody knows Zamzam. They only hear the story that Zamzam is there, but it's nothing. And then he gave him the description. He said there is a raven with a wing that has the al-ghurab al-a'sam. He said there is a bird that has white on it. And then there is a camel that's going to be slaughtered in there. And there is blood in there. And then he says, في قرية النمل. He gives him a description. So he went every day and sit on the Kaaba looking for description. And one day, some people were slaughtering a certain animal. And that animal ran and he jumped and he made blood next to the Kaaba. He says, okay, that's the first one. And then he waited a little bit. There is a bird that came and the bird has some white spot on the body. He says, that's the second one. And all of a sudden he's waiting, and ant, because he says, في قرية النمل, in the valley of the ant, and the ant starts gathering around that blood to eat. He went and he brought an axe, and he brought the only son that he have is Al-Harith ibn Abdul Muttalib. He has only one son. Later on, he got 10 children, and plus Al-Harith, 11. Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. The Prophet ﷺ doesn't exist now. Allah is making preparation. He protected Kaaba, and now Zamzam needs to be there. That's the formula of this is the final religion, and that's the thing. Now, Abdul Muttalib, he came and starts digging Zamzam until he found it. When he found it, Quraysh, they fight with him about that water. He says, it's our water. We have to share. He says, no, it's mine. No, it's mine. They went to do some judgment. They used to do. The Quraysh, they don't believe in Allah. They believe in Allah, but they don't practice the right religion. But they do shirk. They worship idols. It's a mixture. They went for a judgment to someone else, but at the middle of the road, they lost water and they're about to die. Abdul Muttalib, he told them, dig your grave, and everyone who died, because they went like 20 people from the tribe of Abdul Muttalib, 20 people from the other tribes of Quraysh, going to judge who's gonna ran Zamzam. At the middle of the road, they lost all the water, they're about to die. What happened? They dig the graves, so when they die, they push one another. It's amazing people, Allah, when you see. They says, we cannot just die and be on we need to, amatahu fa'akbara. Allah, the grave, we need the grave. We need some place to die. So Abdul Muttalib, he starts thinking, he says, that's not a good idea. Why we have to die? Let's keep going until we die, wherever we die. By the time Abdul Muttalib is coming, his horse strike the ground and water flow from underneath. In the middle of the desert again. Has nothing to do with them. But the people, they says, Wallahi, we will never fight with you over Zamzam. The one who gives you Zamzam by the Kaaba, is the one who gives you this water in the middle of nowhere, is the same one that gives you the water in Makkah, Zamzam. Zamzam is yours. So Zamzam belongs to the tribe and the family of the Prophet ﷺ, which is his uncle. Inshallah, next time we'll finish this. It's beautiful.